Hello and welcome. Make sure my volume's turned up. I am so excited for this first day of our Young Living business course. I'm going to hang out for a minute and wait for Facebook to notify some of y'all that I have started. It's been a super fun weekend. I have been in Arizona. I'm actually still in Arizona at a certified aromatherapist course. And so it was 3 days. Hi, Janet, of jam-packed, like 8:30 in the morning to 6 o'clock at night information about oils. And it was amazing. So good. And so I'm looking forward to being able to share with y'all like things that I've been learning. And like I've been using oils for a while now, right? And I thought, okay, I've got a decent grip on how to use them, right? But it's like, I feel like I knew this much of what there is to know, right? Like it's just totally amazing. And so I really loved it. And I've got more studying to do and more books to read and homework assignments and all kinds of things. So I'm really excited about it. I love to study and to learn. And so it was really fun. So I enjoyed it. Okay, so we'll give it just a couple of more, a little bit longer. And then I'm going to jump in because I got Janet. Yeah, so I fly home tonight. My flight's at like 4:20 or something. So I've been staying with my friend Stacy, well, actually her mom, and then Stacy's gone to class with me, and we've just had a great time. And it's really fun to meet other Young Living people. And interestingly enough, so there's a number of different aromatherapist courses out there, but this one that I just took is the only one that teaches the French method of aromatherapy. And it's a really big difference because the British method, y'all might know this, but the British method was actually developed by an esthetician, whereas the French model was developed by a doctor. And so the British want it heavily diluted. They don't really care about purity. I mean, it's different. It's like for massage, right? Hi, Bonnie. And where the French model, right, was developed by a doctor. And so it's all very therapeutic. The quality of the oils matters a lot. And so Young Living is really a perfect fit for that. So it was a fascinating class because we could talk about how are we using them internally, even if that conversation was a bit unofficial. We talked about that because the governing bodies, this is also interesting. Hi, Abigail. The governing bodies in the US for aromatherapy, maybe the world, for sure the US, are all British models. And so the test that I'm going to take is going to be a British model test. So she would say things throughout class, okay, this is the British model. This is what you'll need for your test. Or like, okay, great, test question, right? But all of the discussion that we had about how to use them was all French based. So that was really cool. Hey, Lindsay. All right. Well, I think that I am going to jump in and let's rock and roll. So welcome to our Young Living business course. I'm so glad that you guys are here. And I have a lot of things in my mind that I want to share with you over the next couple of weeks. And but today I want to actually start with my story because I'm a very normal person. And if you know me, you know that I am a normal person. And God has done so much through our business, through our Young Living business, and absolutely transformed our lives. And that's something that is not, it's not unique to just me. It's not because I could do something amazing. I'm just a normal person. And I prayed and asked for the Lord to really do things and partnered with him, right? And did the work, and it's amazing what's happening. And so I'm just going to take you back and tell you some of my story for the purpose of inspiring you and giving glory to God for what he's done. Okay, so sound good? So I'm going to tell you my story, and then we are going to talk about why I love Young Living as a company, as a place to build a business. Like, it's just been fantastic. We're going to talk about residual income and what that means, because that was mind-blowing for me. I'd actually been looking for it for all of my working life and didn't realize what I was looking for until I found it. I was like, this is incredible. We're going to talk about what this business will require of you. What is it going to take? Because it doesn't just happen while we're sitting on the couch watching Netflix, right? Like, it takes commitment and it takes work and it takes perseverance. And so we're going to talk about some of that. And then we're going to talk about this course, what I have planned, what I'm hoping to do. And then I have a tiny bit of homework for you, just a little bit. So don't Don't be like, homework, I can't do this. Okay? All right, so here we go. So my Young Living story. I first got into oils back in 2012 because I was looking for them for my kids. We were getting ready to move overseas to do mission work, and I didn't know what the medical care would be like, and I wanted to have a base level to be able to take care of them. And so a naturopath doctor that I knew or that I met in class was teaching these. And I thought, okay, if a naturopath uses oils and recommends them, I want to know what she thinks. Because I started out as a skeptic of the oils. I had tried one bottle from the grocery store. It didn't do squat. It smelled horrible. And I was like, I think these are a marketing gimmick. Like, I think it's a new fad and a gimmick, and I don't really want anything to do with it. But I thought, a naturopath. So I went to this naturopath's class. Her name is Danette Goodyear. She's actually a crown diamond in our upline now. But at that point, she was an executive. Maybe she was a silver, but I think she was an executive. And if you don't know what those terms mean yet, that's okay. We'll get there. We're going to cover that in this class. So she was just beginning her business, really, is where she was. But she'd been a naturopath, practicing naturopath for years and using the oils in her business. So I took pages and pages of notes, was fascinated, went home, told my husband, was like, this is amazing. I have to know more. So I went to another class that she taught and then talked to her afterwards. Hey, I'm moving overseas. What would you use? She listed off a bunch of things I was already familiar with and included the oils in the starter kit. I thought, okay, let's give this a go. So I enrolled with Alyssa Francis, who is now a Royal Crown Diamond, and she was like a distributor at the class I went to, like just barely getting started. And I told her, I said, hey, I'm not going to do the business. I want the oils, but I don't sell things and I want to keep my friends. Like, that's literally what I thought, y'all, right? Some of you guys can relate to me, right? And I was like, so I don't really want anything to do with network marketing, because my perception of network marketing was that you come on really hard to people, or it's just kind of annoying. People who, like, y'all, give me grace, right? This is just what I thought back then. People who did network marketing were annoying because they were bugging people to buy their products that they didn't really want and that didn't really help them, right? My husband had a college roommate who was in a network marketing company, and he basically told my husband back then, if you won't join my network marketing company, then you're not my friend. And my husband didn't join, and the guy was like, well, you're not my friend. We're like, no. I'm like, I like my friends. I want to keep them. Thank you. So we started using oils, had some dramatic stories right out of the back, which I'm like, should I tell you the story now? Should I wait? Okay, I'll tell you one of the stories. I had a whole bunch of them. But one of the stories was my little Selah. She was 2, and she was getting up from her naps with hives all over her. And I was like, what is going on? And so I was praying over her. I was trying food elimination and laundry and like trying to figure stuff out. And I would hold her down in the kitchen and give her Benadryl. And it didn't really help. And I was so frustrated. And then I learned that I could use lavender and that it could help with allergies. So I thought, okay, what have I got to lose? So I put some lavender on the bottom of her little feet and the hives went away. I was like, what? That was an interesting coincidence. That's really what I thought. And then we skipped a couple of days, which was improvement. And then the hives came back again. So I put the oils on one more time. The hives went away, and she's 9 and they have not come back. I was like, whoa, like that really got my attention, because she'd had those for probably a month and we weren't making any headway, and the oils took care of it in 2 applications, right? Does it always work that way? No. Are some things longer term? Yes, right? But it was amazing to watch. And I loved how the oils didn't just treat the symptoms, the hives, but they came in and helped the body heal, right? It was amazing. And so then we just, tons more stories, right? And so then we went overseas and I had my reference guide, and we ended up being like the medical people for our team and the locals we were around. Even though, y'all, I'd had oils like 6 months. And I was like, okay, well, let me look it up in our book. And yeah, it was amazing. They were wonderful for us. And so I just found myself sharing them, like, okay, oh, this little guy got a spider bite. Here, you could put this oil in it. And a minute later, you can't tell where he got bit by the spider. Probably 5 minutes later. And the mom was shocked. And it just went on like that. And so around probably the fall, maybe it was the fall of 2012, Alyssa, who enrolled me and is now our Royal Crown Diamond, was doing the business and posted one of her paychecks on Facebook. And it was like $5,000. And I thought, whoa. And I remember saying to Chris, I was like, Chris, Alyssa's really like a normal person. Like, she's not some superstar on a stage. She's a normal person. And if she could do this, then I could probably do it too. And so I just started putting my feet in the water a little bit. And then the turning point for me was I had a friend call me and say, hey, Sarah, I really want a starter kit. Can you help me buy one? And I was like, sure, let me figure out how to do that. So I looked up how to do it and I sent her my link and she bought a starter kit. And I thought, okay, so when somebody enrolls with you with a starter kit, you need a minimum purchase yourself that month of 50 PV. And then that means you'll get a paycheck, right? So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to spend 50 PV, which was a fortune for us at a time. Like, that was a big commitment. And I'll tell you more about that in a minute. But I thought, okay, well, if I'm going to spend 50 PV to earn this $50, maybe I'll see if anybody else wants a paycheck and maybe I'll have a class. And so I had a little class script. I put it up on Facebook and spread it around our ministry base. Hey, I'm going to have a class. Filled up my living room with people, taught them about the oils because I loved them, right? And then at the end of class, didn't want to tell them how to buy a starter kit because I didn't want them to feel like I was pressuring them and going to make them spend money. And so I literally, this is something I say in pretty much all my classes since all the time, is guys, there's kind of an elephant in the room about you're at this class and I don't want you to feel any pressure to spend any money. This is a class and I want you to learn and ask questions. And y'all, people just go, oh, okay. And you see them sit back and relax and all of a sudden they're not defensive and they can actually learn. And then you know what happens? A large percentage of the time they buy a starter kit because the oils are amazing, right? But they weren't feeling pressured into buying anything. So I just started teaching classes and teaching class maybe once a month. Like, here, let me see how this goes. I'm very much dipping my toes in the water. Do I like this? Could this work? Could this do anything? Because we're missionaries and we were living on support and we had a part-time job where we were working online for some friends of ours. And so we knew the job was coming to an end. They'd been telling us that for probably a year. Hey guys, your job's going to be replaced by technology. So we knew it was coming. But we only had like $600 a month in support, which was not much for a family of 4, and I was pregnant. And so we were like, okay, we're gonna need something else. And so my husband was preparing to go back to work and to not be with YWAM anymore. That was our organization. And that summer, I read a book called The 4-Year Career by Richard Bliss Brooks. And in that book, he talks about network marketing, hit a lot of these myths that I was, like I'm going to lose all my friends. I have to be super salesy, right? Talked about a lot of that. And he talked about the income potential. And I looked at my husband and I said, Chris, if Alyssa can do, well, that's not what I said. I'd already said that. I said, Chris, if this takes me 10 years instead of 4, because I'm a homeschooling mom, we're in ministry, like we still have really gotten somewhere. The freedom aspect of it appealed to me so much because Chris hated his job. Like when he was in work before ministry, he was doing insurance and car crashes and he hated it. We called it Egypt, right? And then we could be freed up to do ministry and not in a 9-to-5 or whatever kind of a deal, right? So then I got really intentional about sharing. And so that was the summer of 2013. And this is where the light came on about residual income. So July of 2013, I had my little baby Michael, who is 6 now, somehow. Had my little baby Michael. And that next month, so I had him in July, August, I got a paycheck for July. I was like, wait a second, I didn't do anything. I mean, I had a baby, but I didn't do anything work-wise, right? It was like the first time in my life when I didn't punch a clock and then get a paycheck. I was like, this is incredible. And the light bulb came on. I was like, that's residual income. You work, like I had done work previously, right? Taught some classes, talked to people, enrolled some people. But then I took a month off to have a baby and I still got paid. I was like, what is this? So that was really cool. So August of 2013, I was like, let's go. We're running out of money. Let's see what happens. And so we had planned one more support trip to Texas to meet with our friends and talk about what we were doing in ministry. And y'all, we did not have a single person that was going to meet with us about that. And I knew that that was God because people like us and we were doing good work. But we had always prayed, God, if you want us to support Raise, would you bring the people to our team? And there was nothing. And we're like, okay, God's doing something. And I had thought, well, let me see if I can have a few oil classes during our trip. So I started reaching out to people to set up oil classes, and I ended up with 7 oil classes in like 10 or 11 days. I didn't have time for support racing. I was doing oil classes. And so our business, partially a big part because of that trip, just took off. And so a senior star was somewhere in there, maybe August was senior star. Executive was October, and then I was silver by November. Like I just went, and also because they had this kit called the Aroma Complete. Some of y'all know the Aroma Complete. It's like a $2,000 oils kit. And at that point, Young Living was giving them away. If you hit silver, if you achieve the rank of silver within 6 months of hitting executive, then you had to maintain executive the whole time. And I was like, I want that kit. And so I hustled really hard, taught a bunch of classes, talked to a bunch of people, and then got the kit. But what that did for us financially was made it possible. Like my goal was I want to be able to pay rent and buy groceries. And when I was silver, we could pay rent and buy groceries. And so it was amazing. And so that was all the way back in 2013. And so 2014, the end of 2014, we wrapped up our time with YWAM. And then we moved back to Texas for Chris to do an internship here. And so I hit gold in October of 2014 and then platinum in March of 2015. And so things were just blowing up. It was going so fast I couldn't keep up, actually. And so it was really cool. But then 2015 is when all of the FDA changes happened and things pretty much just like hit a brick wall for the most part. But I'm super excited because we're in a new day. I felt things stirring for a while. I've heard different things for a while. And then officially at convention, we got word that we can share our stories again. And y'all, that is what was making such a huge difference back in 2013, 2014, right? Was because we could actually talk about what the oils can do. Now, we're not being medical doctors. We're not treating. We're not prescribing, right? But we're saying, hey, this is what really worked for me, or this is what really worked for my friend. And so try it. This could work for you too, right? Like we have all of that freedom to be able to share that. And so the difference that the financial freedom has made for us is amazing. Like my husband is home with us now. And so he's, retired and free to pursue things that he wants to do. And it's freed me up because he's home because we homeschool the kids. He loves being a stay-at-home dad. And so he's home with the kiddos and I am doing ministry stuff at our church. And it's just been amazing, totally life-changing. And one of the other things that God's doing with us is way back in the beginning when we started building, we felt like God gave us a number, a budget number. And we felt like he said, this is your budget, and that everything above that goes to the kingdom and goes to what God is doing in the world. And we were like, okay, Lord. And so I'm really excited because we are at that budget number of where God has said, okay, and we still give off of that, right? Like we've been tithing off of that for a long time, right? But we're at that budget number where he says everything else goes. And so I'm super excited for, even as I support you guys and help y'all grow your businesses, for you to know, if this is important to you, that as you're growing your business, it has even more kingdom impact, more than you will ever know, right? Like, oh, that fires me up. Okay, so that is my story of Young Living. It has been transforming for us. And y'all, I can say I have never sold a kit. I have never pressured anybody into buying something they didn't want, right? And that's huge. So, because it's what gives people a bad taste in their mouth with network marketing, right? They're like, I don't really know that. Now I have this, whatever, piece of plastic sitting in my cupboard that I don't need, right? And that's not what we're doing. That's another one of the big reasons why I love Young Living, is because Young Living is, it actually serves people and blesses them and helps their health, right? Like we have so many stories of places where our lives are physically different because of the oils and because of what we could do. I could tell you stories pretty much all day, but you don't want to listen to my video all day, so I won't, but I could, right? Like it's just been amazing. And so let me do some things from a practical business standpoint, right? Young Living is a very established company, and so it's been around a long time, and it's going to be around for a long time. We just celebrated our 25th year anniversary, and a couple of years ago, we crossed the $1 billion mark as far as a company goes, right? So does that mean we're saturated as far as people? No, I meet people every day that don't have Young Living oils. All the time. There are so many people, and new people are being added to my team all the time. And so things are growing, and they're getting ready to explode. And so I'm really excited about y'all's timing for jumping in, because like major growth is right here on the horizon, I think. And I'm really excited about that. So I love the stability of our company, that we have a top-notch executive team, and we are the only essential oil company that owns our own farms. And so we know where our oils are coming from. We know the quality of them. They're tested like 17 different times along the way. Or there's 17 different tests that are run on them, and they're tested multiple different times. Some companies pull an oil, test it once a year, and say, oh yeah, we did testing on our oils. I'm sorry. That's not how that works, right? And if companies don't own their own farms, they're buying oils from the market, from the oil market, right? So they don't know where they came from, what they're like, what the quality's like. We have so much control over that because we have our own farms and our own partner farms. And so this is a little bit of a secret, but I'll tell you. So the oils that are on the market, a decent amount of them are oils that we decided not to sell because they didn't meet our quality standards, right? Young Living rejects on the market. So I love our company. I love the integrity of our company. I've been with them, right, since 2012, and I have watched them make the right decisions over and over and over again, where they have chosen oil quality and the benefit of people over profit, over and over and over and over again. And so that's really built my trust over the years of like, they're going to do the right thing. I watch them do the right thing over and over and over again. I could tell you stories about Valor and about cinnamon bark, and maybe I'll do that in another video because I don't want to talk your ear off all day. Another thing I love about Young Living is that the products are consumable, right? So it's not like I bought a piece of Tupperware or I bought our Pampered Chef thing and now I may have that for 10 years, right? But we're using oils and we're going through them, and I'm buying supplements and going through them, and I'm buying toothpaste and deodorant, and we have such a broad product line that people really can use it for replacement buying. So now instead of going to Target or Walmart or whatever to buy all these personal care products, it's a one-stop shop at Young Living. And then Young Living's giving me money back in the form of essential rewards to do this, right? I earn 25% back on what I spend, and I know the products are great quality. And so that peace of mind is huge. Yeah. And I love too that when I'm building this business with Young Living and when I'm giving oils to people, like I would do that and was doing that before I knew there was any sort of a profit, right? Or a business or whatever, right? Like, and so I can very genuinely be behind these and be like, my heart is to serve people. Like, that's why I'm in this. And there's a bonus of, man, we can earn a paycheck, and that's really amazing. But the heart behind it is to serve and to love and to care for people. And people know that. When you're in it for yourself, man, people can smell that a mile away, right? Like car salesmen, not all of them, but some of them, right? You know they're in it because they want that commission. They're not really looking out for your best interest. But in Young Living, we are looking out for their best interest, and I love that. Yeah, so, okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about residual income and about a few myths in network marketing. Y'all doing good? Because there's a few different things. Some people like to say that network marketing is a pyramid structure and nobody makes any money, or like only the people at the top make money, right? No, sorry, not right. I joined in 2012 when the company had already been around, can I do math? Like 18 years, right? And I have outranked people that are in my upline. So I am earning more money than people that are in my upline, right? Not all of them, some of them, right? I have people in my downline, so on my team, that have outranked me and make more money than me. So I have a crown diamond underneath me and I have a diamond underneath me. And so there's not just that pyramid thing. That's more like a regular company with your like CEO and whatever. The CEO makes billions of dollars, millions of dollars, whatever, I don't know. And then the regular employees make minimum wage, right? Like, to me, that's much more of a pyramid scheme than the network marketing, where the playing field is level and where anybody can grab this and run with it. Young Living's amazing for a company you want to start because the buy-in's so low. If you're listening to this video, you have already made the financial investment of buying a starter kit, and you need to be a wholesale member to build a company, to build a business. Like, that's all there is to it. You're not having to do franchise fees or these thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars to start up a company. Like, the risk is so crazy low. It's amazing. You don't have to carry stock. I'm not like the Mary Kay lady where I have all of these oils in my closet that's for you guys to buy. I'm actually more like, if somebody wants to buy an oil from me, I'm more like, well, maybe once. But really, I want you to order your own because these are for my family. Right? And here's how you can order your own. So I'm not constantly stocking and selling things and having to keep track of all that. I set them up with their own account and then they have it shipped right to their house. And people like that. They don't want to have to track me down to be able, when they're out of thieves or whatever. And it's easy to duplicate. The business model for Young Living is simple, and we're going to talk about what that is and how to do it, but it's easy to teach other people how to do it. And so I really love that. Like, it really just boils down to a few things that we will talk about. All right, so what is it going to require from you? If you want to build a business, what's it going to take? Number one, it's going to take a heart to serve people. This business does not tend to flourish if it's all about you, right? But when you care about other people and you want to see them grow, you want to see them be healthy, then people know it and then your business grows. It's going to take enthusiasm for the oils. If you are like, well, I got to see if I can do it. If you want to, I don't know if I could do it, y'all. If this thieves oil might help you. Maybe it helped me once. I don't know. Is that anything that anybody's going to want to get? No. But if you're like, oh my gosh, the flu or whatever, or a cold is going around my daycare and I use thieves oil and my kids did not get sick. This is so awesome. You see the enthusiasm that people are like, what is this? How do I get some? Right? Enthusiasm makes a huge difference. And it draws people to you. People want to be around people that are fun and having a good time and enthusiastic about life. And so it's just a draw. So if you're not naturally that way, and my example was an exaggeration, right? But if enthusiasm is not something that comes naturally to you, that's something you can develop. And we have great oils for emotions that can help with that too. So don't write yourself off if you're like, I'm not enthusiastic. Like, you can be. And when you believe in a product, then you can be enthusiastic, genuinely enthusiastic when you share it. You have a restaurant you love. You have a movie you love. You have a recipe you love. You share that with people with enthusiasm. It's the same thing, right? If you're like, oh yeah, there was this chicken recipe I tried, and yeah, you might want to try it too. Am I running to the kitchen to try the chicken recipe? No. But if I'm like, there's this chicken recipe, and oh my gosh, it was the best, and I bet you have what you need and you should try it. You're like, I want the chicken recipe. What is it? See the difference? All right. You need a love for Young Living oils and the products, right? Again, it's got to be genuine. And you need perseverance. To be able to do this business, you need perseverance and you need a long haul attitude of, okay, I'm not just doing this for 3 months or 6 months, but I'm going to be consistent about sharing. I'm going to be consistent about doing classes, right? And the length that will need the perseverance kind of depends on how much you want to build and how far you want to go, right? And 2, vision for this grows over time. Like, when I started, I wanted to hit silver. And I was like, I couldn't see myself doing anything more than that, right? Like, I was really like, okay, silver's what I can do. But as I went, I was like, oh, wait, I hit silver. Well, maybe I can hit gold. Maybe I can hit platinum. And now I'm like, all right, Royal Crown Diamond, we're going there, right? My vision expanded over time, right? And so yours will too. Yours will too. So keep that perseverance in mind. Okay, wrapping it up, guys. Let's talk about this course and what we're going to do. Okay, so the plan is I'm going to do a video every day for the next 2 weeks, every weekday for the next 2 weeks. And we are going to cover all kinds of topics. Let me get to my... And y'all, there's a post in the group in this event that's called Q&A. And so you can ask more questions on there and then we'll address those as well. But we're going to talk about things like top success tips. How do you really make a go of this? We're going to talk about Young Living terms and stacking. We're going to talk about how to enroll somebody, essential rewards, how you get paid, how do you teach an in-person class. We're going to talk about basics of the compensation plan. How are you getting paid? How does this work? Income potential. I'm going to do a little bit more of that before I wrap up today. We're going to talk about how to tell your story, how to follow up and engage with your new members, how to build like you, because you're not going to build like me, right? You have your own personality. You have your own bent and way of doing things. And so you're going to build like yourself. So how do you do that? How do you work on your strengths? How do you take advantage of your strengths to be able to build your business? And then we're going to talk about how do you help other people learn how to build, and then other things too. But so that's the summary. As we go towards the end of this week, and then probably towards the end of next week, I want to do a Zoom call so that we can try to jump on together. Because another part of my heart for this course is to help you guys build relationships with each other. Cross-line relationships are amazing. Some of my closest friends in this business are on my team and are cross-line relationships. And so, yeah, so I want to help you build that through this. I want to do something at the end called Action Partners, where if you don't already have a little group of people that you are running with, then I want to help pair you up with people that are in this training that have similar goals and maybe a little bit different personalities so that you can help build each other up, right? And then we can walk together to help each other stay on track and learn and grow. And you'll have somebody else also that you can ask questions of, right? Okay, let me talk income potential real quick because I forgot about that earlier. And then I'm going to give you a little bit of homework. Okay, so income potential. And I will put this graphic in the comments as well so you can see it. So for a star, which is the first rank in Young Living, average monthly, this is a month, okay? Average monthly income is $58. For a senior star, average monthly income is $193. For an executive, average monthly income is $425. And we're going to talk soon, maybe tomorrow, about what all of these different levels mean and how you get to them, okay? So I'm just doing a quick overview today. For a silver, average monthly income is $1,700. For a gold, average monthly income is $4,500. Y'all, what would $1,700 or $4,500 mean for your family? Like really, I mean, life-changing numbers, right? Average platinum income, I'm on platinum. Average platinum income is $11,000. And I will tell you that our platinum income is well above that. And I'll post the income disclosure in the comments as well. Average diamond income is $28,000 a month. Y'all can be diamonds. Doesn't have to just be crazy people on stage, right? Crown Diamond, $53,000 a month. Royal Crown Diamond, $132,000 a month. Mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. That's the income, and that's real numbers from people in Young Living, right? They do income disclosures where they compile all of our numbers, and that's how they make these charts. Okay, and the other thing I want to do is a starter kit giveaway. I want to give away a starter kit because you have gotten your starter kit who knows how long ago, and we use the oils, right? And starter kits are super helpful when you're teaching classes. And so you can pass around empty bottles, like that's totally fine. But there is something about having an oil in the bottle, having oils in the bottles, right? And then the starter kit's updated periodically. And anyway, so I want to give away a starter kit. And so the way I'm going to do that is if you comment on all of the posts in this group that I'm going to do a drawing out of those people, not all the posts, all the videos. Watch every video and make a comment about it. And then I'm going to draw a name out of that for you to win a starter kit. How's that sound? Okay. All right. So your homework is to think about what's your why. Why do you want to build a Young Living business? Okay. And I want you to look at the income disclosure or this graphic that I'm going to post. And I want you to tell us in the comments what your why is. And then to also tell us what rank would make a significant difference for your family and why. I want you to start dreaming a little bit. What could this look like? What kind of a difference could it make? Oh, I love spoiling you guys. So thank you for joining us. That is the conclusion to video number 1. So listen to this, watch the replay, post in the comments, and I will do video number 2 tomorrow. All right. Love y'all.